Welcome to the JBook Movies Event Tume 2025 live. Here we new upcoming motion pictures from our favorite JBook Studios, and here to host it all off, our favorite as always, Sergeant. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Hey, so good to be here with everyone back at the JBook Movies Event Tume in 2025. Yeah, 25. Wow. This is going to be a spectacular year for JBook Movies because this year marks the 11th anniversary. Celebrating 11 years of creativity from JBook Movies as he started off in 2014 with his first motion picture. As Happy Bleals ended up being the first motion picture from the studio, it was great to see it rise and rise from a year to come, and it's so good to have that in common. Now we will upcoming good projects coming in the works from our favorite Jay's casting comedy, as well as JBook Movies himself, and Turb and Tiver. Now let's go ahead and start off with the main studio ourselves, JBook Movies, for what they have coming, Of course, all the 2025 films that are still making great progress on the way, all the way from Housings, which came out already, all the way leading down to Party in the Closet and What a Dear. So it's so good to see you support all these other films that's on the way as they make their way. Now for the upcoming years, we did go over this last JBook Movies Event Tume, but we are working on a few upcoming projects such as Oogie Boogie, which we just released a teaser for online months ago, as it sets the story about this girl who imagines an imaginary friend and wants to have some support from him. February 2026. Whoa! And another one coming early 2026, Show Me Your Ways, January 2026, as it has a magician that grants wishes to one guy who wants his life to change forever. It's going to be a magical event for everyone of all ages. And also, we are working on Laser Lung 2, baby! Laser Lung is coming back as Jacob Logs has a few words to say for himself. Let's get him in here. Hey everyone, who's ready to get back into the laser action? Wow! Jacob, it's so good to have you here, my man. Thank you, Sergeant. You and I have been working on Laser Lung for a while, as you were my boss. Yup, that's right, I was the boss of you. That's right, yeah. And this mission takes me on another source as we defeat another alien kind, and I must blast them up into the sky. Hey, it's like tasing up the season. And with Laser Lung 2, a great way to get it out just in time for the movie's 3rd anniversary. It will tase up for Mung Adventures as it takes action to a whole other way. This is the way out. This is the way out from the way back and from the action spree. Hey, it's gonna be everything. So get ready to tase up it all. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you all for having me. Woo! And we also are working on the guy who has trouble landing on his feet, Landing Chris 2, September of 2026. Please welcome the Lander himself. Hi guys, Clumber. It's gonna be so fun being able to land on my feet again. Yes. Tell me, the tough difficulties when it had you with the first movie, it was a blast. Me just landing on my foot together with Hots and Kangra and I performing as our good-looking characters. It was really having fun seeing me as Chris, just falling all the way. Hey, you are the type of character where you can't make perfect falls. Oh yes, that's what brings me back into the action. So be ready for more landing on the feet or just clumsiness falls. Oh, and Clumber, since you are here, we can go ahead and announce another project you're going to be working on, something bigger than Landing Chris. Oh, it's going to be a lot more bigger than what I had with Landing Chris. Who's ready to get back into the clanging? As the Clanger 2, everyone! Yes, the Clanger is back, baby! Just in time for the movie's 5th anniversary. It's been a long time. You know, the Clanger was actually one of my favorite roles. That and Mega Handle. As I was just clanging and pushing and shoving, I was the main villain of the starch. Oh, and it was a blast. It was so fun working on it. Yes, it was very much. March 2027 is when you guys are going to be seeing me back into the clanking. And also more surprising news for your upcoming projects. Oh, I don't know, maybe because of me being mega and a handle, and as in a 4, as in mega handle 4. Surprise, huh? April 4th, 2027 is when I will be back on the big screen megaling some handles. Woo! And you just said Mega Handle is one of your favorite roles. Oh, I love it. And you know, in honor of Mega Handle 3, which came out already, you guys can go see it in theaters right now. It's now playing in theaters and on Facebook.com. You guys are gonna be seeing more Mega Handle as me and Brianna, Gracie Grace herself, and my boss Hots are going against something really serious. Serious, even serious than my previous adventure. Perfect timing to celebrate my movie's 6th anniversary and my second movie's 2nd anniversary, and that will be for my sequel, my threequel's 2nd anniversary. It will be an honor to actually see myself scoping into the air with back for more handling. Well, thank you, Clump. Oh, be well. You're welcome, Sergeant. And please look forward to all my other upcoming project roles as me as the main star. Hey, we support you, Clump. We support you through and through, even with your next 3 upcoming hits. Oh, you guys are gonna enjoy them. You're never gonna get You're never want to let go of seeing more Clumber. Hey! We are working on an upcoming horror movie called Disease, which is a bad case of a sickness spreading around our area. So make sure you got those masks on so you don't July 2026, which is next summer. With Hubra 3 in the way, Hubra's weakness, we want to make some big announcements for the next chapter for Hubra's story. Will Hubra weakness be the last one? Nope. Hubra 4, baby. May 2026, perfect timing to celebrate the film's 5th anniversary! Hey! Hubra 4 will set the continuation, so it's going to be a 2-parter, as Hubra's weakness will be here, and then we'll be continuing where we left off at 4. It will be a continue-off story. We're not letting go of more Hubra. It's been JBook Movies' #1 franchise, monster-made franchise. For over 4 years now, Hubra has been a worm favorite for all, and Kangra and Puffer will sure reprise their roles for the next upcoming action. Isn't that right, worm fighters? That's right, folks! We're making a Hubra 4, baby! We're planning on letting this Hubra franchise go a good while, at least until we get into the 5th installment, if we really do decide. And it's good to see you guys have made it for 4 years. 4 years, you know, last year for its 3rd anniversary, we announced the 3rd one, yup, right into its production way, yes. And it's all ready for next month in May. Oh, yes. It's going to be the greatest thing you've ever seen in your life, yes. Well, the greatest worm-sized adventure you ever seen in your life. We are working on a heartwarming fun adventure for everyone. It's called Flown Away, and it will take place among a person who wins a free hot air balloon and gets flown away for a savior, and all of a sudden he just flies away in the air looking for the greatest outdoor adventure yet, but on a hot air balloon. How far will the hot air balloon go in the sky? You'll have to find out April 2026. Another horror movie that will be coming among the same month as Flown Away, You Are Staying With Me. You're Staying With Me, which tells the story of a person who won't let no outsiders leave. He's holding them for ransom. You're staying with me. That's why it's called that. April 2026. It's gonna be a fun little horror film. Like, we've been on the works for this for a minute. Like, we're actually pretty interested in making this. Like, we are really on beyond of this being a great progress horror little movie. Our man Treequan has made his adventures from himself meeting Ollie, from fighting a jack-o'-lantern to fighting a skeleton. Treequan versus Skeleton. October 2026, just in time for the first movie's 5th anniversary. Get ready for some Quan action as the Quan makes his way. That's right, folks. Yeah! Here he is! The tree Quan. Wow! The Quan is back in action, baby! That's right, folks. I'm back. You know, I was just telling myself I hope I get a third movie, and this is a way to bring out my next appearance. JBook Movies and Sit-ins have been partnering up for a good project like this, and we decided that it was a great agreement as we set off the occasions for a next installment in the Tree Quan way. Thank you all so much for the support of my other films, and be ready for my next one. And catch me in my new Journeys movie. Yes, he will be back in the Journeys. Kimi Hans would like to take the stand.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, sweetie, you look beautiful.
Thank you, Sergeant. Really, it means a lot.
So, why did we bring you to the stand for this special announcement for the JBook Movies event, Tume?
It's because I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, I'm actually ready for it.
The Beautifulest Girl in the Part 2 is happening! That's right, folks. The Beautifulest Girl in the Part 2, starring yours truly, Kimi Hans, as the beautiful girl herself, as she sets her way for a winter 2027 release, just in time for the movie's 5th anniversary.
And it's going to be an honor to actually make another story with me and Vlorg.
Oh, the first movie was so beautiful, and I was in it, so I would know.
Yes, we worked on this movie together, and it was such a blast.
And it's good to actually see you because, you know, you starring in a lot of other projects, you know, slowly.
Yeah, you know, I've been voice acting a little bit and doing cameos.
Yeah, but you need more acting roles,
which is why I decided that we're going to continue the story of me and Vlorg together in a sequel.
And it's going to be beautiful. You can go all day about this, can you? I sure can.
Thank you. I'll see you all in 2027.
Wasn't that a beautiful announcement? Oh. Our little zombie friend Zimoid will be getting another movie, y'all. Yeah! June 27th, 2026. Yes. This film was being talked about as it was a beautiful, nice, ugly type, good-looking, gassy, jokey film we've ever gotten from a zombie who wants to be a friendly zombie. And Zimoid is the guy scheduled for his next adventure. Be ugly for when it comes. Yeah! We did announce Klackos, the little frog that wants to be a normal-looking person, but not a bullfrog, is also getting a sequel. Perfect timing as we get ready for the first movie. There will be a second movie scheduled for the next summer of 2026. So in case you're wondering, Klackos' story will continue. And that is all for today for the normal studio of JBook Movies. Hope you're excited for those projects. Now let's get ready for Jay's casting comedy. Jay's casting comedy has been around for a good percentage of time, right after JBook Movies was a thing. And for good upcoming announcements, our new show, Giggy, will be receiving a season 2. For the successfulness of its show for the first 2 episodes and more episodes, it was a really good success, right up there next to Omiha and the Fihas and Tongue Bell. Thank you all for the support of this new Giggy man. Da-na-na-na, yeah! Of course, we've already heard the news about the Fihas movie 2 happening, which is scheduled for winter of next year, and a trailer will be hitting around this summer, so be prepared for that. As the Fihas get ready for an unknown guy who loves the Fihas, but won't reveal his secret identity on who he really is. We'll have to find out the mystery. And we said this before, J. Sean Edwards, the CEO of JBook Movies and everything that's JBook Movies required and made, will be getting his own film. Perfect way to celebrate his 20th birthday and the 5th anniversary of Jay's Room. Yes, a movie will be a great way. And besides, we haven't done anything like this before. It may sound awkward and weird, but hey, it's happening. A good fact. Yeah! Celebrating his 20th birthday for the year he turns 20. He was born in 2006, and the movie will be released on his birthday, June 26, 2026. Both 6s, both with the digit 6. Isn't that something? Yeah! That's surprising, and I sure hope you look forward to seeing me into papermation animation halfway. Thank you, CEO of it all. And also, her movie just came out days ago, Omiha, the Science Girl. Thanks to her movie success, we are thinking of making another movie. Omiha 2. Winter 2027, this science girl has it all, and as I play one of the characters from the movie, Mr. Earnly, it was such an honor. Yes, it was an honor playing this character, seeing new old characters working with this science girl. She has to get the science event, and that was Jay's Casting Comedies. And as for new upcoming shows, still in the works for other something such as Go Timer Go, which is still scheduled for this year, and everything else. Now, who's ready for Tiff Studios? Tiff has been the #1 paper-mated company of all. As this year marks 6th anniversary for Tiff Studios being founded in 2019 and being able to make good progress since 2021 with Chanko and Friends, we are going to continue the magic of beautifulness of characters we all know and love. Woohoo! We've already announced some of their 2025 films, such as The Pure Peoples 3 and The Meerkat Day 3, which is already out, Chanko and Friends 6 for this May, Coleman the Winger in Original and in a Bam Slam for this July, and Lakey's Hair in October, Prairie Dog Pato, and Party in the Closet, which you can check out a teaser for right now that's online. Yeah! For their 2026 films, we have Red Apple, which we just dropped a teaser for, as an apple who falls from the tree and wants to live a life as normal fruit. January 2026, and also everyone's favorite Pure People, Alias, will get his own film, his own spin-off, February 2026, as we make the adventure all about him. And Ched, Lena, Alias, and all the rest of your favorite Pure Peoples will be in it, because why not? It's still a Pure Peoples movie, just Alias. Hey, get ready for some gruffing. Hey, as Team Gruff 2 hits a spring release date for 2026. Hey, as they defeat Hypnotism, who wants to hypnotize all the Gruffs for their own pleasure, as Hugis and the Gruffs prepare themselves for their action to get out a snap out of this one. As Coleman the Winger 1 makes its first original debut, we have Coleman the Winger 2. Hey! Yeah, sooner enough, am I right? Better sooner than ever. As Coleman the Winger 2 will continue the adventures of Coleman, being the one winger as he flies for justice for another adventure scheduled for a summer 2026 adventure. We've all heard the news that everyone's favorite caring munching Teagles will be getting a third movie of their own. Woohoo! In time to celebrate the honor of Chanko and Friends' 5th anniversary, the Teagles are part of that movie franchise, so why not? This is still Chanko and Friends related, so yes, great way to celebrate Chanko and Friends film. As this film sees the Teagles going to the future to see what does a Teagle want to do in the future. Does it have something to do with munching on carrots? Or doing something in the business of Chanko being their BFF forever? You will find out only with Teagle's Future Teagues, June 5th, 2026. Woohoo! Yeah, woohoo! We did say the announcements that we are working on a bird film. Our first movie about a bird, an emu bird. Whoa! First official logo has been revealed for a summer 2026. As it sets the story of an emu bird who flocks around with his pal and a giraffe and an Australian, as they set off to escape a vulture hawk that wants him for his own. Enemy versus bird against bird, huh? Wah-ha! Sure. Just doing a couple of karate because of the unions. A story about a family of karates who wants to try and increase their power with great pleasure of fighting, scheduled to be coming out the 4th of July weekend of next year. And also, the boy who wouldn't leave his room. He wouldn't leave his room. I guess he wouldn't have any room for him getting another sequel. The summer of 2026, which we've already went over. Also, the gorilla from the Meerkat Days On will be getting his own spin-off film. fall of 2026 as it sets off Zahn meeting his gorilla family, so it's gonna be a gorilla type movie. And also, we just said that after the success of the first movie, another spin-off version for the 4 kids will be coming out the next fall of next year. The return of Ely, Levin, Lermeyer, and Aldi for another increasing adventure as them taking place in their days when they met Shanko. And an original heartwarming film, Dinosaur in the Van, sets the story of a dinosaur who was raised in a van from hatching into one dino egg into one van and being raised by a little girl with great fun. It's gonna be a fantastic treat for the whole family, especially for the holiday of 2026. So let's roar for freedom of extinction animals. Now, last year, we never really went over lots of 2027 Tivor releases, but we are ready for some now. An original called Cabby the Capybara. A movie about a capybara is what Tivor is working on, scheduled to come out winter of 2027. Sets the story of a capybara who's trying to find his homeland and gets stranded in the middle of a city, which we kind of seen in any other plot, but this plot just makes it sound more sensible. Trust me, a capybara, you haven't even seen it all. Like, we ever seen that before, huh? Also, an original also from 2027 from us will be Leggy Leg Lads, as it sets the story as little people who love using their legs for their power. They stretch with their legs, they make with their legs, they do all sorts of fast treatment with their legs. That's why they're called the Leggy Leg Lads, scheduled to come out spring of 2027. Wow! As Chico and Friends 6 is coming near, we are also in the work of Chico and Friends 7, June 2027. We're not quite finished with the adventure of Chico yet. There's still a couple of more stories we would like to tell for this trilogy, for it being Tiff Studios' first franchise that was ever make the most highest franchise that they ever started on. There is still more yet to tell in this franchise, but trust me, the stories will be beautiful and they will be worth watching. They're gonna be amazing. And here's another film that lots of you guys have been enjoying. You guys remember Tivor's first musical, Cups, as the singing little Cups who are singing so happily. Well, dun-dun-dum, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun 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 dun. Cups 2 is finally coming out the summer of 2027. Perfect release date to celebrate the film's 5th anniversary as we set the journey for Cups versus bottles. Yes, it's gonna be Cups versus bottles. We drink from bottles too, not just cup. Not just a cup, but a bottle, and it's gonna see Talking Cups against Talking Bottles. We are such an honor to be working on another Cups film with Tivor. And it's gonna be another musical, as the first movie was a successful musical. Prepare to see a lot of catchy songs among these Cups. It feels so good to be giving this a sequel. Like, this actually could use another sequel, and it's been in a minute since we ever heard anything about Cup. Like, we don't want this to become an underrated franchise that they've done. We would love to do a sequel, which is why it's happening. So be ready to see App and Perps and Straws and the other good drinks that we know. And we did say we are working on our first good little movie that may be based on a fairy tale. 3 Little Piggies, scheduled to come out the fall of 2027. As it sets the story of 3 little piggies who are set off to make their own home for their own future, as one makes their house out of straw, sticks, and bricks, and a big bad wolf is coming out to get all 3 of them. But what would their poor mother feel? You'll have to find out in a little good origin story of the 3 Little Piggies. Yeah! And finally, because we are only 3 years away from it, we are finally gonna go over some news about their 2028 films, starting off with a cool boy that we all know. He loves purple, and he has a friend named Kickolas. Dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun. Biller 2! Billard will be back. Billard is back, baby. Winter 2028. Perfect time to release. It's on its 5th anniversary. His 5th anniversary will be in 2028. Perfect time to release the sequel, Billard 2, as it sets the return of Kikolas and Dula and himself for another great Billard Boom adventure. So get ready for some purpleness action. Dun-dun-dun! Yes! And an original from 2028 from us will be, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you too, Zombie Army. We are working on an animated zombie movie scheduled for spring of 2028. And here's the first concept art on what you'll be expecting from Zombie Army. When you think of zombies, you think of them as disgusting, dead-walking creatures from the dead coming alive, trying to possess on people's dreams and lives. Well, for Zombie Army, it will set the force from a young girl who runs into a big army apocalypse of a zombie apocalypse and tries to do anything besides trying to emulate them, but turn them into an army of her own. How many zombies can she collect to turn into one big army? And here's the first concept art on what you'll be expecting, as we got one zombie looking ugly and one girl looking surprised as what should I do? It's going to be a little fun action treat to see what zombie army will she be able to force. How many zombies can she gather in one army? And that was all from Tiver. Please look forward into all the great upcoming Tiver future projects and events. And we are sure to announce more projects in the upcoming months. Now it's J-Turb's turn. Yes, it's J-Turb's turn. We're saving that little intro from an upcoming project. Wow! J-Turb has been with us also since 2019, just like J-Turb, and their production films have always been a beloved classes for comedy and great characters, well known, starting off with some of their upcoming features, such as our previous, when we said Burlo the Moose 6 is coming, and another Roji 3, as well as Yoga Yoga and Mysterious Rockley and Zimmy 3, which will all be coming out later this year, and some of their other upcoming projects such as Ballin' the Owl 4, March 2026, as it sets off the hootie-full adventures of our favorite yellow golden owl, setting off into his flightful dream as he flies away for another action mission for his new evil threat, which is probably gonna be another owl for your inserments. An original called The Five Gophers sets to be the story of 5 gopher friends who wants to perform themselves into going on for a world journey for human eye of Gopher Eye, and out of this world galaxy adventure called Planet Zoomers, August 2026, as it sets the story of a gang of friends hunting out for an out of this world galaxy adventures as they fight galaxy evil of do-gooders all through and through. Another Melon movie, Melon Wild Safari, September of 2027, Melon will be getting his another feature-length adventure for his own. An original called Tiger Bell sets the story of a kid who wants to be an other lover for tigers, and he's always wanted a pet tiger, and when there's a tiger being hunted by a hunter, he has no choice but to take in the tiger for his own, November of 2026. Also, Joe and Den is back! Hey! Joe and Den 2, Holiday 2026. The return of our two buddies who started their own friendship has became one lovable as we just had to bring them back. An original called Labyrinth, which I was just talking about, as it sets the story of a scientist who finds this little orphan kid and introduces her to what science really can be. As we get in for its 5th anniversary for Burlo the Moose for his 6th movie, we're also preparing a 7th one. As Burlo Adventure continues off and finishes off with the 7th entry in its franchise. Yeah! Our favorite character will be making his own adventure for Moose and Melon and Mindy for all you ever can imagine. And Brillo the Moose has been a classic for since 2020. This moose has really been lovable for both kids and adults alike, and great lessons for to learn too about being a pet and being there for family when family is always needed. You're always there for them. Brillo has always taught us that. That's why we can't let him go yet. Thank you. And a bunch of other upcoming projects from Turb, which will be 2027 originals, as we were just going over, will be 2027. Will be a little preschool type of movie called Tingly Schoolers. Sets a story about some kids who are in school trying to become the smartest as a whole grader could be. Fall of 2027 is when the magic of school begins. Back to school season, am I right? And then, have you ever heard of assassins? Assassins, little hunters with the knives and swords and hunting down for their own prey. Assassinates! December of Christmas of 2027, as it sets the story about an assassin girl who sets up her own team to becoming the strongest mighty team of an epic war. And thank you all. That was all from Turb, and thank you all so much for tuning in to the JBook Movies Eventum 2025. 11 years of good fun and more in the making as we come along. Thank you all so much for being a great part of this great timeline. It's been a blast to actually get some great entertainment for you all. And stay tuned for it. And that was Sergeant, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Dun 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 dun.